Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Kelly Sullivan with Santa Rosa Ranch. Kelly, you're no stranger to Sunrise or the Superior family or these auctions. I know your family, your ranch, has consigned cattle on Superior Livestock Auction for several years now, but let's get into it before we have lots to talk about today. So I don't want to jump the gun, but before we get into it, let's talk about how you guys came to Superior, why you started marketing your cattle the Superior way.
Thank you, Kirby. Good morning. I'm happy to be here again. And really, Santa Rosa Ranch, we are Texas' largest breeder of Brangus and Ultra Black cattle. And actually, as a seed stock producer, of course, that's our primary focus. But as a result of our breeding program, we do have a lot of commercial calves that we market. And what Superior has done is given us a platform to really market our cattle to a much more broad audience. So it's not only helped us from the commercial side, but it's also helped us from the seed stock side as well. And that's really a fantastic option for us to use because, frankly, you don't find anybody like Superior that can have such a broad scope and reach such a broad customer base.
I think that's one of the things that draws people to Superior is the broad buyer base and the networking that's here. And speaking of networking, you are very involved in the industry. I mean, there's tons and tons of organizations. I know you went to TCU Ranch Management, but you have just placed yourself in this industry to be such a role model and an advocate for our industry. So switching gears a little bit, you just went to Japan and Korea.
Yes.
Tell us all about that.
Oh, it was fascinating. As a producer, as everyone out there watching is, I look at our balance sheet and I see that beef checkoff dollar. That beef checkoff dollar, and I'm wondering, $2 here in the state of Texas, actually, I'm wondering where is that going? I really can't, you wonder where is my dollar going to be spent? Well, I as a producer just was able to see firsthand how those dollars are being spent. And it was the most fascinating opportunity. I'm a member of the Texas Beef Council, very honored to be so. And so I went over with a delegation with the U.S. Meat Export Federation. What we were able to see is really the demand for U.S. beef, in particular in Japan and Korea. Those are our two largest trading markets at this point in time. And what we find, and this is what's very interesting, as U.S. producers, we all know that our domestic consumption is essentially, pretty stable, and the type of cuts that we like. Well, what you find over in Japan and Korea is that actually they prefer the type of cuts that we may not consume in the United States. So when you assign a value of at least $300 per head based on the export market, that's a tremendous opportunity for us. And so it was very gratifying to see how my checkoff dollars are being spent to promote our product all around the world.
Being involved in these organizations, you have one side of it. You see one side of it because I know you want to be an advocate for the industry, but you also bring that other side, like you said, the producer side of it. You have that realistic number in mind. And so talk about that. I know you just talked about, as a producer, you saw what you saw, but you look at the bottom line. You think about your ranch when you go into these things and you think, okay, how is this going to really affect us?
This is a business. This is what we do, this is how I earn my living, and this is the core of what I do every day, and that's never lost on me. My father's favorite phrase is, don't ever forget the southeast corner of the profit and loss statement. Very, very true. So what I do, and the reason I become involved in the industry really as much as I could be, is that, frankly, I'm taking care of our business. And if there's anything that I can do to help contribute, I want to be able to do that and be able to really try to help navigate that as much as I possibly can. But still, at the bottom line, we can't forget, we're all in this in a business. I mean, one thing, we all love the heritage of this industry and what it represents on so many different levels for our families. But at the same time, all that matters is that this is a business and that we're profitable.
And you are exactly right, Kelly. I want to thank you for being on this morning. Like I said, it's always great to have you on here as a guest and have Santa Rosa Ranch as a customer of Superior Livestock Auction. When we come back, Nancy Gill with Superior Livestock. Don't go anywhere.